having a mic test. Okay. So welcome everybody to T's live chat tonight. Tonight I'm actually going to be sewing. I got some turn dash blocks I need to make for a project. So that's what I'm hoping to sew on. I have everything already cut out. So we'll wait for people to get in here. Another minute. And then I also have a couple of greeting cards I want to open. So we've got Linda Denton here. Judy Hebert says hi from Georgia. Hi, Judy. Darcy Savali says hi, TNL Quilters. Make sure you give T your thumbs up and be sure, and if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when T is here. Check out T on Facebook, T Quilts LLC. Thank you, Darcy, so much for our pinned post. Appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up button. It helps keep the video in the rotation. Debbie Evans is here. Says hello everyone from Colorado. Welcome to the Wednesday chat. Teresa Teresa J. I've been butchering your name. I'm not gonna do it. She says hello. Wind Sprinter Sheila Willis. Awkward Quilter from Georgia, I think, says hi T and all. Just doing a stop and go, and we'll catch the replay tomorrow. Have fun. Thank you. Good night. Elaine Kintner says evening, Miss T. Maddie Barnum says hello T and everyone. C-Rex. I'm so invested. Did the third winner respond? Not yet. Janice Miller says hi T and Quilters. Melinda C says hi T and all T Quilters. Linda says she's from Kentucky. So that's new to know. Katie Kraft says hi everyone. Dee Branson saying hello. Deborah Holloway saying hi TNT Quilters. Sue GSD says 188 days until our fun-filled retreat. Yes, yes, and yes. And then we also got Remo just came in saying good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Thumbs up to show your love and support. So thank you, thank you. I did get 2 greeting cards in the mail. I just thought I'd open them on live because they're quilt related. This one actually came from Quilt Easy LLC. So I just thought that was really cool that they sent me a card. Says merry and bright, may your Christmas be merry and bright and everything in between. And it's got the team, all of them signed it, so it's pretty cool. So thank you to Quilt Easy. I will send him a note. I have not sent out Christmas cards since the year of COVID when I made all of my cards, and about 90% of them didn't even make it to the people. And so I think I've got Christmas card withdrawal from that. So I have not sent out Christmas cards. This one here is from Lana Dean. Says Jesus, the very first and most beautiful Christmas gift ever given. And here's the cover, very pretty. And to Miss T and family, wishing you the blessing of God's love and his gift of his son and at Christmas and always. Happy New Year, Lana. So thank you, Lana. And I'll put them up. I got the one from Joe Carmel and then the one from Kevin's up there. So I'll put those up after the chat. T. Roberts is here. Sue says, working on a migraine, don't know how long I will be here. That's kind of weird because I started getting a headache today and didn't know what it was. I started drinking water to make sure. But yeah. Bonita Nan saying, hey, Miss T and everyone. Ken's World of Crafting saying, hello, everyone. And Cynthia says, Cynthia Shea, good evening to all from Chicago. So welcome, welcome, everybody. I guess what I should probably do is make a block, at least one block, because what I normally do is just sew in batches. So let me take out enough for just one block. And these are going to be the plainest blocks I've ever made in my whole entire life. Because I make everything scrappy, but not this time. So I need 4 of those. So I'll at least take out enough to make one block so you all see something, because it's probably going to take me more than one session to make the 12 churn dash blocks. So yeah. Cheryl Knuckles says, hello everybody, hope everybody had a good day today. Jason Lewis is here. Good evening, Miss T and all T Quilters. Happy Wednesday. Hey Jason, hope to see you tomorrow. I made my my gift, my brown bag gift today. He says, I agree with you. After 3 years, this is by far the best Christmas box. I still have an open mind, enjoying you too much. Ain't that something? Girl. I thought you were opening them now. That was from T. And then Lori K says, I haven't made a churn dash block in years. Last time was for a sampler. Yes. Yep, it's one of my favorite blocks. I actually like strings and crumbs and stuff like that, but it's just always been one of my favorite blocks from being a person that loved to make sampler quilts. So that's what I have chosen to make here. Hey, Joe Carmel Perkins says, hey, Miss T and all T Quilters, it's raining in South Cali. Yay, you need some rain. Need it more in the winter time, but still. I mean, in the summer, but still. Okay, we need at least 4 of those. Alright, so we'll use those for chain on and off pieces and make 4 of these. Now, I pre-cut everything. I actually cut everything with my AccuQuilt die cutting system. And I use the 8-inch cube. I use the 4.5-inch square for my white piece. I use the 2.5 by 4.5 rectangles, white and blue. Need 4 of those for each block. And then I cut half square triangles that are finished 2 inches. And so I've cut where I need 4 of these for each block. So that's what I'm currently sewing. If you don't know, I am an affiliate for AccuQuilt. So anytime you order from AccuQuilt, if you could just go into my description box of my videos, I have a link for AccuQuilt. If you enter that site, I get credit for your purchase. Hey, Brenda Foley and Jean Hoffman. I have to get mine together. I finally have some time off work, and I'm working on finishing my second quilt on the lungworm today. So that's cool, Jason. Um, hey, Brenda. I think I said Brenda Foley. Great week. Hubby got me another 301 for my birthday. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same one or a number two, girl. Because you just told us you got one. Maybe, it could have been in one of the other Quiltmas type video chats or something. Francis Jackson is here. Saint T, did you get the email that I sent you? I don't think so. I don't remember an email from you. Janice Miller is talking to Joe Carmel. I think I'll open it this weekend. Gonna put my batting. Vanessa Brown's here saying good evening, TNT Quilters. Oh, number 9. Goodness gracious, girl. She got 9 301s. Diane McCoy is here saying good evening, everyone, and T. Brenda said, woo woo, started my vacation today. Spent the day on a rented longworm. So that's cool. Getting some last minute Christmas gift ready, maybe. All right, so I'm going to just sew another half square triangle because that's where I'm going to end up. I like to get the hardest part done first, which are the half square triangles. You know, the most tedious part. Nothing of it is hard, per se. Making sure my iron is still plugged in. I tie stuff up with these salvage ends so I keep them. Must have taken it off something because it's sitting there. Nice thing about this is that I don't have to press these seams open because they're not going up next to another half square triangle. I would like to press my seams first though, so I don't get any pleats in it. Let's see. Elaine's asking Sue, what's a 301? It's an old Singer sewing machine, but Sue can give you some more detail in the description if she likes. Brenda says, actually getting time on rental was my Christmas gift from my husband. Oh, that's cool. Now, I love that. I don't even know if any of our stores do that anymore. It used to be really popular at one point. We had one place that did it that was under the Gamble line, Gamble family, and they took all the machines. They removed all the machines so that they could do everything locally. So I don't know if we got anybody that still rents time on machines. All right, just want to make sure I don't press in a pleat. All right. I did these half square triangles wrong. I should have cut 4.5 half square triangles, not 2. So I guess I got something to play with later. So we're not going to be doing much sewing here today because we only got rectangles to sew. We can't even make a block, okay? Let me take my board here and show you my mistake. See, things happen to people that sew all the time. I did a day where I did nothing but cutting. And apparently, I did not do this correct, okay? I'm a mess. It's been a long week. And it's only Wednesday. O-M to the G. I have messed this up. Let me show you my mistake. And I don't want to change the block. I could keep these half square triangles and just put a frame around it. But I had other intentions. See, I made an O. A hole in a barn door or something like that. But my half square triangle needs to be 4 inches finished, not 2 inches. Okay. So, back to the drawing board I go. All right. I will sew these some other time, I guess. I can sew the rectangles. And then it also means I've got to cut more fabric, okay? Things happen. Like O-M to the G. Dorsey says their stores don't rent machines anymore. Sue says warm and cozy rents in Columbia. That's a good 2-hour ride from here. Irish Sale Lady says hi T and everyone in chat. Peggy O'Connor's here, says hi TNT Quilters. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you, Peggy. Merry Christmas to you as well. Janet Johnson saying, morning from Western Australia. Hi, Janet. Need more thumbs up, please. That's from Darcy. So if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button for us. Sheila Gage is here saying hello. Oh, she's saying Columbia, Illinois. Girl, you got to be specific around here. We got both of them. Tell you, we so close to the Illinois side, sometimes the Columbia side of something is closer. Just like Springfield, Illinois is closer than Springfield, Missouri. Got to be specific, girl. So, I have to laugh at me making this, these half square triangles in the wrong size, knowing I'm making finished size units that are 4 inches because I got the center square 4 inches. Just crazy. Just pulled out the wrong die and just cut it, okay? Jean says, you just made my day. You make a mistake and just laugh. I need to do that more instead of telling myself, way to go, dummy. Hey, they'll get you somewhere. They'll be in some either scrap quilt or string or crumb quilt. So they'll get used. I'm not going to worry about it. It's already cut. Nothing I can do. And I got plenty of both fabrics, so it's not like it's a big deal. This is actually Kona backing, this blue. And the white is just regular Kona 40, 45 inch, whatever you want to call it, fabric. So I'll get this part done. And I could actually sew the middle rows too if I wanted to. I could do that. But, I only have an hour here to sew. Stuff that's going on with T-Quilts. I'm doing the last final days of countdown to Christmas. Today is day 20th, right? Yep. Have to make sure. Um, so I am doing that for another 5 days, and then the next day I will do a drawing. So all the items that I have passed on, I'm going to give to one winner. You can now start to enter the drawing technically. The drawing is in the description box of any of the T-Quilts Live Missouri Star Quilt Company. The initials, stash or pass. So they should be in there. Started, I think I got the link in there about day 5 or so. So any of the other days should be okay. You do need to have watched the videos, because when you go to enter, it's going to ask you for some information. What did I pass on? You need to know 3 time ranges of one item that I passed on. At least one item. You don't have to put more than one. So that's one thing. Quiltmas. I came on earlier today and I did a 3rd opportunity for Quiltmas winner of my Quiltmas quilt. I have not been contacted by the previous 2 people. I've given like more time than what was required to pull another winner. So now I am doing another 24-hour spiel where I'm waiting for the winner to contact me, verifying your address via email to tquilts@tquilts.com. That video came out today at 3 o'clock. What else? I need my fan on. I forget when I cut on all these lights. When I do Quiltmas, I don't have all these lights on. Hold on. Christine H is here saying, hello TN everyone. Remo's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button, saying let's get those thumbs up. Show your love and support to the queen of Scrappy Educator. Let's give a thumbs up. Well, welcome back. Christine says she missed you guys. Cheryl says, good night, everyone. Had a long day and another one tomorrow. Have to be something. Be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Be safe out there. Yes. So, yeah. Trying to move stuff off my board. I'm trying to read comments. And so Katie says, it boggles my mind that anyone who entered the contest won't be checking constantly to see if they won. And I haven't checked the comments. I've been checking my email, but I haven't checked the comments on the video today that I uploaded today. Everybody saying hi to Remo. All right. So this would be 48. If I'm making 12 blocks, I got 48 of these things to do. So yeah. So what projects are you all working on or need to get completed before Christmas? Anything you got to have done before Christmas? I'm trying to get some things done because January is my off month, but I'm not going to be at home. So I'm trying to get some stuff done that I need to have done before I go on my cruise in January. That's going to take up my whole month of January. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to only do what I have to get done and no extras. Hey, guess who, Nancy? Whoops. The top flipped back, but I think it's in the seam. I saw it when it did it. I think it's in the seam allowance. It'll be okay. Yep. I cut 48 half square triangles in the wrong size. OMG. Katie says she have one bed runner to finish, so that's cool. At least it's not a whole full-size bed quilt. Dolores Felt says, hi, TNT Quilter. Started my vacation today. I'm off for the next 2 weeks. Yay me. Absolutely. That is awesome. Sue, 2 more working days until a whole 2 days off in a row. Go, Sue. Oh my goodness. So it sounds like y'all need more staff. June says, I'm trying to get better. I'm so tired of coughing. Aww. I hope you feel better. Julie Gillian says, I love the Churn Dash block. I was reorganizing my projects recently and found a set of Churn Dash I need to put together and part of another set. Talking of projects, I just finished a lap 3-yard quilt, so that's pretty cool. So good luck, Judy. Jean says, I've been giving one of my pups a haircut. Takes 2 days between his being fidgety and me needing breaks. Right. My daughter's dog do not like to be washed, and she likes the brushing part, but she don't want to go through the wet part. Vivian Cabby is here saying hi to you and everyone. Bonita says she's finishing first quilt and starting on a second one tomorrow. Doesn't have to be there by Christmas, just by end of year. So that's good. She's got a few extra days. Yeah, I like when you have people that you don't see until like after Christmas, so it's not as stressful. Whoops. I had a string on here. It unraveled a little bit. Deborah says, I am finishing my Christmas gift quilt. All that's left to do is the binding. So that's awesome when you get down to the bottom. Yes. That's where I tend to stop. I can't tell you how many quilts I got that need the binding finished. And some of them even have the binding on the front. It's just pitiful. Elaine says, where are you cruising to in January? To Hawaii. And it's a long one. I have only been on like 4-night, 5-day cruises. This one is going to be super duper long, and I'm hoping and praying that I can handle it. That's all I know. That's all I know. So lady says, I'm making trip around the world, but forgot to make tubes to unstitch the blocks, but made 12-inch blocks instead. Not smart on my part. Now I have to make each block into a tube and cut smaller. Oh my. Cynthia Maria Fields here. Welcome back. Says, hey, fellow quilters, give a thumbs up. So thank you, ma'am. Phyllis G is here saying hi to you and everyone. Okay. Darcy says 20 years ago, I was in Hawaii in January on my honeymoon. Woohoo! So she's celebrating 20-year anniversary coming up. That's awesome. I just hope, you know, the one thing that's changed on cruises that I don't like is that you don't do formal dining unless you pay for it. And who's going to pay that kind of money for every night formal dining? It's mostly buffet now, so that part I don't like. But I will probably eat in a dining room once or twice, even if I have to go by myself, because I love good food. And if the buffet food is horrible or just okay, I'm going to book me some days in the other part for dinner. So I love good food. Sheila says, I hope on your cruise that you have good weather. That you can't control. I'll take a rain jacket with me because, you know, it's probably going to be Hawaii's time of the year to be, what do you call it? Like moisture in the humidity, where it's going to be very humid. I don't know why I got more white pieces left, so apparently I can't count. I was just cutting. So one of them is off. This is going to be a great project. All the mistakes out the gate. And I could salvage this block and just cut some strips, but that's not what I had in mind, so I'm not going to do that. This block here, the iron is no longer hot, but had a little wrinkle in this one. So I'm going to line up this straight edge and then sew on the non-straight edge so everything is right. All right. Had that, you know, the salvage, I mean, not the salvage, when they fold your yardage in half, you have that little piece. When I cut it, I guess it did not lay out flat. So that's the end of that. Let's cut this iron back on. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and sew the middle rows together. I need this first. If I put my hand in this thing, it'd be a lot better, but I won't do it. I just pick it up and use it. Oh my. Get this part done. Oops. You over there. Put this over there. I only need 24 of these right now. I don't need all 48. One, two, 4, 5, 6. Let's read some. Betsy says she's making her first Tumblr quote. Yay! I like how you can do different designs with them based on color or value. Is this a quilting cruise or just a needed vacation cruise? Both. It is a quilting cruise. We're going to have quilting classes. I need to be working on that. That's what I'm going to do after I get this part done. I thought, you know, I would finish these today, get this on my long arm. So while I was working on what I need to do for the cruise, I could have my long arm going, because I don't want to put anything else on it but what I need to get done. But it's classes and stuff like that. I normally don't take a whole lot of classes, but since we're going to be on this boat for so many days, I decided in order to save my sanity, I might need to be sewing all day instead of walking around trying to figure out what to do in the middle of the day. It's not like it's a summer cruise where it's going to be super hot. So, not like I can hang out at the pool the whole time. So, Sally says, I used to love going on trains in their dining cars, had linen tablecloths and fine dishes and crystals. Don't know if they still do that. I've seen people on YouTube doing that, where they've gone on train cruises that provided meals. So some of them do. And I've also seen people go on cross country adventures where it take you to major areas where you can get off at some places and stay overnight, so you can do some sightseeing in a hotel, stuff like that. I've seen 2 people post that. I knew one. It seemed like she had she went by herself too. She seemed like she had great fun. One thing about going by yourself is you don't have to worry about what somebody else want to do. I don't know how many of these I got, but we'll just make sure I don't sew more than 12. Well, my squares should match up. My squares should save me, because I should only have 12 squares if I can count to 12. Oh my. Just pressing everything flat with the heated iron now. Sometimes I don't press with the heated iron once I press with my wood press, but you know, I don't have my other pieces ready, so I have nothing else to do. We'll do those when I need them. So we'll take this square off the board so we don't forget it. And let's count because we don't want any more mistakes. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I have 12. So that's good. June says, thank you, maybe going to doc tomorrow. So she's really not feeling well. Good night, Diane. Hi, Jean Green. Girl, you ain't missed nothing but me up here trying to make a churn dash block. And I cut 2-inch finished half square triangles instead of 4. So I won't be showing a churn dash block today. I will have the opportunity to go cut some more. Now I'm thinking, trying to figure out if I want these squares to go press towards the half square triangles or away. What is all of this? Oh, okay. I can tell my people who don't watch me on YouTube, but they follow me in real life because they're messaging me and I'm on a live chat. Too funny. Oh my. D says, my anniversary is January 5th. 37 years. Woohoo! Woohoo! That's a lot of years. Let's see. June says she just might have bronchitis. I used to get that a lot when I worked. But ever since I stopped working, I have never been as sick as I had been when I was working. I would be put on 5 or 6 different medications by the time they got through. Antibiotics, prednisone, neti pot, some kind of sinus med, cough syrup. Oops, my thread just broke. Let me cut this from the bobbin. Oh, we got a piece of lint or something in there when I pulled it out. And I can't see the thread to pull it down, so we don't have a choice. All right. I normally clean this every time I do But I guess my little blue here wants to be, I'm seeing blue lint. I did sew that quilt. Maybe it's the quilt. The t-shirt quilt. I used different bobbin. I forgot about that. I should have cleaned this before I changed the bobbin out. So this is all lint from the blue t-shirt quilt. And we're only cleaning the top. We're not cleaning the bottom. I forgot all about that. I got that quote in the mail yesterday, so it should be there tomorrow. I think it said it would get there in 2 days. Friday at the latest, because I wanted her to have her quilt for Christmas. That was actually, that queen size dollar bill t-shirt quilt was a gift. So I'm gonna press towards the blue, and then when I do the other row, it'll be pressed in. So these are gonna be pressed out. So that way I won't have seams going on the half square triangles when I put them, when I cut them and sew them correctly. Because these are not the one. I'm just sewing them because they're here. All right, so I'm going to press everything towards this blue. Because if I put you here and then I press away, that's what I want. I have to make sure. Whoops. Remo says 30 people need to hit the thumbs up. And Darcy's on you too. That's all right. I still enjoy seeing the colors you choose and the chit chat. Yeah, this is not something, well, I guess I did have a choice. This is going with, I'm making, people, I ordered some T-Quilts Quilt Retreat specialty fabric. And so I ordered yardage so that I could make a backdrop. And then I could use it at Quilt Retreat to take pictures in front of. So that's what this is. And I want to put a row of churn dash across the top. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. I'm gonna press everything towards the blue. Darcy says, my neighbor ordered a blanket for her grandson and it turned out to be really small. So after Christmas, she is going to have me put some borders on it to make it a little bigger. So that's cool. Okay. And I did not even, I pressed my white fabric, but I did not even press the blue backing fabric. I'm like, it's a wall hanging. It's not going to be in a quilt contest. So I skipped the pressing stage on the blue. Let's see. Hi, Leetta Bryan. She says, hey, TNT Quilters. Christine says hit the thumbs up button and show Miss T some love. Thank you, thank you. And I got one more here. So what we're doing is just sewing the middle row. If I could get the middle row sewn, the pieces, that's good too. At least I didn't have to stop sewing because I knew all I had was an hour. What else is going on with T-Quilts? We have the Fabulous Sew Along. I think I have either 2 or 3 more patterns. I'm going to say 2 because somebody asked in Facebook and then I forgot to go back and contact them. So I have 3 more patterns. The cost is $46.64. That includes the pattern, which is $32. Shipping is included free for that. Taxes added on for the state of Missouri. And then, well, for everybody, Missouri taxes, no matter where you're from, supposedly. I've been paying it myself, and I told myself I need to stop doing that. And then $12 to get into the Facebook group where we're going to be sharing what's going on and getting help if you need it. Fabulous is going to start in March next year, so you should be picking your fabrics. I only purchased, I think, 30, maybe 30 something patterns, not many. We also have the Dresden Village Sew Along. It was slated to start in January. It's now going to start in February because of my trip. I thought I could do it the first week, but I don't really think so. I don't think it's going to work. And I don't want to be behind out the gate, so okay. So we're making 12-inch blocks. When I don't think I need 12 blocks. I really wanted to make 8-inch blocks, so I'm just a hot mess. But 12 inch is good. That means I need less blocks. I'll just keep the extra ones. Because I'm not going to need 12 times 12 is 144. I don't think I'm going to need that many, but we'll get them done, you know. Trying to make sure I'm sewing onto the big square because some of these are turned the wrong way. So yeah, so I'm just having fun making up stuff. I didn't want to do 6 inches because I didn't want to have to make too many. So the bigger blocks will be good for pictures though. It'll stand out in the pictures. So I definitely don't need 12. I'll figure out something else to do with them. Helena Marie Carter is here, says, I'm working on 2 Christmas quilts for next year. Oh, you're ahead of the game, girl. Good for you. Seems like nothing gets done around here unless it's at the deadline, so that's cool. I don't need all 12 of these, but keep going. That's why my half square triangles are the wrong size. I'm thinking I'm making an 8-inch block. I don't know what I was doing. I was cutting too much. And I still got cutting to do. Nice thing about quilt blocks, if you know your units and know how to resize blocks, it doesn't matter. All right, sew what you got. So I already have a few extra churn dash that I can use. I can feature somewhere else, so they will not go to waste. All right. These are not going to be really churn dash blocks. They're going to end up being because I just messed up all these measurements. But hey, what's a girl to do? Adapt with the times. It's close enough. Well, let me get this one off. And then I've got the middle rows done, and it's not going to be churn dash. It's going to be more like I don't know if shoe fly. I don't know if it's going to be closer to shoe fly or what, but it's not a churn dash, that's for sure. Because it's not twice the distance in the middle, which is what I was trying to do. That's why I got confused. Okay, so let me look at this. See if there's anything I can do to save it. Probably not. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It will have to be a 16-inch block, and I'd have to recut these, so I'm not doing that. So let's see. And I don't have anything to... I'm putting up some of the half square triangles that I have just sitting here, trying to put it into the color placement. Oh my goodness. Can I get this that way? I can't get this to cover that space. Okay. I have to turn it on the back side, right? I don't know. I guess I can't. I want blue right here. Blue right there. And I want blue right here. We'll just take a loose one. All right. So there is no way. It's just gonna have to be a modified churn dash block. Woo! I'm getting even more flexible. Miss T, when will you mail out the D2M pattern? I did already. It's going regular stamp, so that's why you don't have a tracking. But it's been mailed. It's in a business envelope, just your regular long business envelope, your white regular size business envelope. It's been mailed. Somebody told me they got theirs today. The Carolinas and California are always slow to get mail, and it costs more, which is weird. But it's been mailed. All the patterns have been mailed. Even the one that got ordered today was mailed. And then I got one last order about 5 something that's totally different, but that's the only order I have to send out. By that time, I've already made my post office, UPS I went to. I've made all my runs for the day by 5 o'clock, so it has to wait for the next day. If I go in there and the lines are bad, I'm not gonna stand in line this time of year. But so far I've been really good with stuff. I just got to go to the grocery store to get last minute items that I couldn't get from Sam's Club. And that's what I got to do. I think I'm going to make what I'm making for Christmas. Let's see. Let's talk about food. It's almost time for me to get off here. I'm almost done, but I'm gonna make chicken pot pie, or gratin potatoes. No, well, I don't know if I'm gonna make them a gratin or if I'm just gonna do what I call camp potatoes. Maybe camp potatoes. Don't need the cheese. And then I'm making sides, so spaghetti and a cake. And I need something else. I need something green. So I have to figure that one out at the store. My sister is doing the meat. And it seemed like I bought something else, but I can't remember. Oh, I think I was going to do meatloaf too, but I don't know. If my sister has enough meat, I won't do meatloaf. Mary says she got her pattern, so great. Awesome. Yeah, I thought the postage was a bit more, so that's why I added extra money. Oh, I didn't send it. That's why I was saying in the chat when I talked to you all that I could send them with a regular stamp if I put them in a business envelope. I realized that I could send them that way because one person that I went to send a $2 pattern to, it costs $6 to mail. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. And that wasn't a priority. They got what's called now ground and priority. And sometimes it's the same thing because they have the same amount of insurance. But sometimes one will cost more than the other and they get there in the same number of days. So I got all of my center rows done for the churn dash block. So I now need to cut to finish these off. And then I just need to press the remaining ones here. And I'll have 48 beautiful half square triangles extra after I go make 48 in the right size, okay? So not quite the block I was intending to make. I don't know what I was thinking. But I got what I got. These should have been 1.5 by 2.5. And I'm almost wondering, I don't know. I'll see which one I want to do because I've got all of these sewn, but they could come apart. We'll see what I decide to do. If these were 1.5 by 2.5, these would fit. But that means I'd have to cut these down and I'll have to take them off of the squares here. And then it would be the 8-inch blocks that I was intending to make in the first place. So, yeah. I might cut one of these just to see. Well, maybe 4. So now I'm on here extra. Let's cut these up. I can always recut them. Nothing to it but to do it. I can always redo them. So I should have cut these 1.5 instead of 4.5. So that's what we're gonna cut. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. And then take that down. I got these all sewed on here, so it's not gonna make much difference on the side. But then if I come back with these, that's exactly what I wanted. I cut the middles too big. And I just sewed them all together too, you know. Pressed them. They're all so pretty. Yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna do? I don't need that right now. I do need one of them though. Okay, so we're gonna cut 4 more of these. I promise I do know how to quilt. I'm just having one of these weeks. Everything is not going according to plan. This is what I want, and I'm gonna get what I want, even if I have to rip. You got to keep a positive attitude. And then I don't have my, I can't use my iron because I'm on my cutting side of the board now. This goes here. And I need one more. 1, 2, 3. I need one more for this block. You have a hard surface you press. You don't need to use a heated iron. All right. All of these should be pressed towards the blue. That's what had happened. I cut a lot of stuff. I cut the rectangles too big, not the half square triangles. So now if I had a white square in the middle, that's a churn dash. And Jason going woo woo woo, right? It's like, what is wrong with you? Okay, so I'm gonna take, because I'm on a mission now, I gotta get one block right. I'm gonna take it apart. White. I tell you what, I can leave the white in the middle sewed and then just take the white on the outside off. Because I got to cut something anyway. All right, so this is 1 1/4 because I got a seam in it. Right there. Hey, look at God. Look at God. Look at God. I cut 1 1/4 and all I got to do is sew the white back onto this end. I don't have to rip. Look at God. Turn it around. And cut 1 1/2 off of this one. And then I got this part left already sewed together that I was going to pitch individually. Now they're already sewn. I can use them in some crumb blocks. All right, look at God. Just look at them. All right, these 2 whites got to go onto here. And then this, I have to take 1 apart because I've already done these. I have to take 1, maybe 2. I have to take 2 apart. But this one can get sewn. And now I can continue to make my half square triangles. Well, look at God. I figured it out. Just had to open up my brain. Now my blocks are the size I wanted. I'm not adjusting anything. And I have just enough room to put a little spacer in between them. All right, I got all the tools on the desk now. All right. This needs to be sewed onto here. Sew another half square triangle. have it preparing for the next block. All right. Okay, I'm going to be cutting a lot, but we're going to just worry about this one block right now. All right. All right, so we're going to press, I'm going to move this for a second. I'm going to be in this room all night. To bring this back. This little press, this cut and press boards, they're useless because they warp. And so I just got my, this is actually alpaca mat on top to help so it lays flat and I get a good press. All right. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so I need to press you because you're not laying over there, so you must not have been pressed. Okay. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I need the two at the top and bottom there. Right here. And right there. O-M to the G. Good night, June. Mary says, my daughter mailed something last week from Topeka, Kansas. Oh, from Topeka to Kansas City. And it still hasn't arrived. Girl, anything important, like I took my quilts and stuff like that, things that were big that needed to be mailed, I took them to UPS. I'm not finna play with the post office. They ought to be ashamed. This is already sold in the middle. So at least I don't have to go get more fabric to cut. That's awesome. Do you ever notify us about dyes that go on sale? Sometimes I do in the Facebook group, not all the time. And that's because I don't want to be pushing it down people's throat all the time. So I'm trying to be respectful. I only talk about AccuQuilt when I use it or like I'm sewing something like I am today. But I try to keep AccuQuilt to a minimum. Press this seam the other way. I'm trying not to press any seams open too because it takes longer to press. Well, look at me. I figured out how to get my churn dash block without recutting. Well, not cutting more fabric. I am recutting because I cut wrong. And I thought it was the half square triangles I had wrong, but it was actually the rectangles that I just sewed to everything that was wrong. Ooh wee, ooh wee. T says, ER exploding. OMG, girl. Be careful. And we got one more I gotta put on. And now we can sew these rows together. And I'm gonna end with a churn dash block, which was my initial goal at the beginning of this video. And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, with these 4-inch blocks, that's not churn dash, that's something else. I don't think it's I don't think it's shoe fly either. It's something else, but it's not a true turn dash block if your piece is not doubled in the middle. I don't know what it's called after that. But I'm glad I got what I was looking for from the pieces I already had. Yay! It's I'm thinking about, I forgot the name of that show. Came on television a long time ago. Earl, where his name was Earl, and he had another brother whose name Earl, and something else. My name is Earl, and here's my brother Earl, and my other brother Earl. And they had Joy was in there. And one time she said she was jumping for joy. She was jumping, I forget what she was jumping for, but trying to raise money or something. Or make money with them, ain't no telling. But it was just funny. I'm thinking about jumping for joy. Got my turn dash block. I got to do a little bit of work to get them, but hey, it'll work out. I'm just making sure everything is lining up here. Take this pen out. Make another half square triangle. Yep. I guess I could. I got to figure out something to eat though. But I guess I could sit here and cut these things apart. All right, let's press this one so it goes on the other end. Love those blocks with the blue edges. The ones I'm sewing. That's Carla. Elaine says, the quilt math always gets me mixed up. I'm normally okay with quilt math, but I don't know what I was doing. I was just being goofy. Okay, so how do I want to, I'm going to press these in because I want everything pressed away from the half square triangles because I didn't press them open. So let's do that. Roll this out. Put a little steam on them, which my iron's running out of water. So one half. And now we got the other half. And I don't have that fabric in here because I took it out to cut. But it's just, this block is mimicking the, on my logo for quilt retreats, for T-Quilts quilt retreats, I have a churn dash block hanging off of the arch. So that's why I needed the churn dash block. Nothing else would do. So I wanted to figure it out, and I did. I almost made a substitute block, but thank goodness I realized what I'd done wrong. All right. One churn dash block down. So on another half square triangle to get that block off. And then we just got trimming. We need to trim. Lots of trimming. All right, here we go. Oops, my iron cut off. Like, how did you cut off if you were in the thing? Put a little bit of water. Well, I'm going to fill it up because I'm going to be here for a minute. Let the iron heat up. Alpaca mat. I need one. Girl, I have not been able to get this lady to respond to my emails. I'm going to have to see if I can figure out a phone number for her. I don't know. See you Saturday if I remember. Good night, Mary. Thank you. Donnell Stitchery is here saying, hi, Mrs. T. How are you doing? I'm doing better now that I figured out my problem. I've been sewing the pieces wrong over here, or cutting pieces wrong, and then I sewed them thinking one part was wrong, and it was another part that I've already sewed. So I got to do some cutting, but not any ripping, thank goodness. I don't have to rip. I just got to recut into the right size. So I figured it out. But I'm doing good otherwise. Won't complain. Let it dry for a second. Nikki says, hi, Mrs. T and everyone. Sorry I'm late. My brother is home from Cali for Christmas. We were at dinner with my 87-year-old mom. Now, that's awesome. My mom's going to be 85 in March, and that's another thing that I'm planning. I'm also planning a birthday party for her, and some people from out of town are coming, so yeah. Sharon Lewis says, I'm glad your block worked out okay. Yes, me too. Good night, Vivian. Yes, so I've been trying to get a hold of her. So now I got my true churn dash. That's a true churn dash block. Not where all the things are the same size. This section here should be twice as wide as this. And so I just cut this too fat. So that's what I've got to now cut down after I have sewn them all together. And sewed some of them into this. So I've got to now trim, do lots of trimming. And that will be okay. At least I don't have to go cut new fabric. I figured it out. And I will have sections like this that are left over. Now, if I had, these are like 1-inch little pieces. If they weren't already sewn, I would just pitch them. But I'm going to go ahead and keep them. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but I'll have them now. This one I cut up. But we'll keep it just in case I might need that even number I got. We'll keep it for right now. So I got to trim everything down, so there will be no more sewing for right now. I got a lot of cutting to cut these down. So I'm going to cut these. Yeah. I can cut these folded, so I don't even have to open these up until I cut them. Then that's one cut. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nikki, saying my block is beautiful. This is the most plain thing you will ever see me make, and it's because I'm just doing a blue and white something, and I'm only using, it's just a, if Nikki came in late, I'm using that T-Quilts Retreat fabric panel, and I'm going to put churn dash blocks across the top. It mimics the churn dash block that's hanging in the center of the arch on my logo for Quilt Retreat. Thank you, Joe Carmel says very pretty blue. Thank you for the pattern, and good night again. Good night, Vivian. Vivian, I didn't give you that pattern. Remo JS bought your D2M pattern. She's thanking me for something I didn't send. Remo says, awesome, 95 thumbs up. So thank you guys for your thumbs up. We're going to go ahead and end here. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to cut my television on for entertainment, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to correct. I hate to go out of my sewing room where I've got to come in making corrections. I like to do the corrections before I walk out of here. So I'm going to correct this before I leave, because otherwise I'm not going to be happy when I have to come back. So that's going to be it, everybody. You all, good night. Stay safe. Be blessed. And quilt out, everybody. See ya. Uh-oh, I just hit my dot.